What if the real secret to living past 100 isn't what you do, but how you carry yourself through time? We often imagine that those who live long must follow a strict health regimen, avoid every indulgence, or spend their days meditating and taking vitamins. But speak with those who have actually crossed the threshold of 100, and you'll find something softer, quieter, and more human. They don't just live long, they live differently. There's a calmness in how they approach loss, a curiosity in how they meet the day, and a wisdom that doesn't come from books, but from time itself. And the beauty is, many of these differences are not about genetics. They're about gentle choices and ways of being that we can all practice after 50. So today, let's walk slowly and thoughtfully through what centenarians often do differently, and why it might just change how you think about the years ahead. Part 1. They stay emotionally light. Centenarians tend to let things go, not because they don't care, but because they've learned it costs too much to carry. Over the decades, they've seen storms come and go, and with time, many learn that holding on to grudges, bitterness, or regret only steals energy from the moments that still remain. There's a kind of emotional lightness many 100-year-olds carry, a quiet refusal to dwell. They remember hardships, yes, wars, losses, heartbreaks, but they don't live in them. They talk about the past without letting it define the present. After 50, this becomes a powerful practice. Not pretending pain didn't happen, but choosing not to unpack and live in it. I learned not to stew in my sorrows, said Elsie, 102. I cry when it hurts, and then I go make tea. That sentence alone tells you so much about how longevity lives in the simple things. The release of tears, the return to routine, the decision to keep going without resentment. Part 2, they don't let the body rust. Even into their 90s and 100s, many centenarians move every day, not intensely, but consistently. They stretch, they walk, they garden, they sweep their porches. They don't think of it as exercise, they think of it as life. The body, like a door hinge, creaks less when it's used. After 50, we're often told to slow down, but those who live past 100 seem to understand the opposite. You don't stop moving because you age. You age faster when you stop moving. Jim, 99, still walks to the mailbox every day just to feel the ground. That short sentence contains a deep truth. Movement connects us to our environment, to our senses, to our independence. You don't have to run marathons. Just stand, stretch, walk, reach. The quiet longevity secret? Keep your limbs in dialogue with the world. Part 3. They keep their world small but meaningful. They don't need 100 friends. Just 1 or 2 people who matter and who show up. As years pass, the social circle often shrinks. But what replaces quantity is depth. Centenarians know the names of their neighbors. They talk to the cashier. They sit on porches and wave. They belong to their small world. This isn't loneliness, it's rootedness. After 50, many fear becoming isolated. But perhaps the lesson from those who live longest is this. Shrink your world if you must, but never stop tending to it. The village may be tiny, but it still needs love. Agnes, 101, has lunch every Sunday with her granddaughter. It's our little ritual. I don't need the whole world. I need her. Sometimes a ritual, a phone call, or a walk around the block is all it takes to nourish the spirit. Part 4. They don't confuse busy with purpose. Centenarians are rarely busy, but they're rarely bored. They aren't chasing productivity. They're not making to-do lists. They find purpose in small daily acts. Folding laundry, feeding the birds, praying at dawn, watering plants. There's a quiet dignity in living slowly and doing it with attention. After 50, many of us wrestle with identity. Who am I if I no longer work? What is retirement supposed to look like? But those who live to 100 often show us a different rhythm, where meaning isn't lost, it's shifted. Walter, 104, carves tiny wooden animals. I give them to kids. That's my work now. Notice the grace in that statement. He's not trying to change the world. He's trying to delight one child at a time. That, too, is a purpose worth living for. Part 5. They grieve and move on. They've known loss, but they didn't stop living when others died. Spouses, children, friends. The longer you live, the more you lose. But many 100-year-olds reflect not with bitterness, but with a gentle reverence. I carry them with me, but I keep walking, said Ruth 100. Grief is a river. You don't dam it, but you also don't drown. Centenarians don't erase the past, but they allow life to continue, one quiet day at a time. They've learned that joy and sorrow can live side by side, and that tomorrow still matters. After 50, this lesson is gold. You don't have to pretend the pain didn't happen, but you're allowed to keep living, laughing, and loving. Even now, especially now. Part 6. They see themselves as a story in progress. They don't say, I'm too old for that. They say, I've never tried that before. There's a quiet, ongoing curiosity in many centenarians. They still write, still try new foods, still want to understand the world. Age isn't a conclusion. It's just a chapter. After 50, it's easy to think the best years are behind us. But ask someone who's 102 and they'll smile. You're still just getting started. Harold, 100, signed up for art classes. I wanted to see what my hands could still do. That spirit of wondering, of testing, of trying, may be one of the deepest secrets of longevity. Not giving up, not closing the book. Part 7. They quietly choose joy. Centenarians tend to smile, not because life is always good, but because they've learned to notice when it is. They laugh. They sing. They delight in simple things. The breeze, the scent of bread, the sound of birds. They don't wait for joy. They create it gently. After 50, it becomes even more vital to notice the ordinary blessings. Many of those who reach 100 don't just survive. They choose joy on purpose, again and again. Every morning, I look out my window and say, you're still here. Thank you. Edith, 103 gratitude. Humor, a little defiance. That's the recipe. What 100-year-olds do differently isn't about perfection. It's about presence. They carry less. They laugh more. They live simply. And they keep moving, in body, in spirit, and in love. So as you look at the years ahead, ask yourself gently, what small shift could help me carry life a little more lightly? Whether you're 55 or 75, it's not too late to begin. If this video touched your heart, consider sharing it with someone you care about. And let us know in the comments, what's one thing you've learned after 50 that made life sweeter?